After splitting a pair of Big Ten road games over the weekend, the women's soccer team returns to Madison to host Nebraska on Saturday at 7 p.m. Head coach Paula Wilkins is here. We'll have some opening comments, then take questions.
Really excited on Friday to get the overtime win against Michigan State, who was undefeated, for our first Big Ten win. Really pleased with the performance of Becca Harrison, who scored 2 of her first goals of her career at Wisconsin, to have us win in overtime, which was pretty dramatic. Needless to say, pretty disappointed with our result on Sunday against Michigan, where we lost in the last second of the game. I think that the one thing as a coach is that you never want to lose a game, especially in Big Ten play. But I think the players are really focused on learning from that mistake in those games and moving forward and preparing for Nebraska, which is a different feeling than we had last year this time. And I think there are definitely things. I think when you go 7-0, it's hard sometimes to fix all those little things because you keep winning. And I think this will give us a great opportunity to really refocus ourselves and get back to what we do well.
Eric?
Was the team a little too high on the horse, you think, heading into Michigan?
No, I don't think so at all. I think this group is pretty has a pretty good leadership group. I think that the 2 games, coming off of Washington and Seattle, having a hard travel, and then driving to Michigan State was a hard travel. We weren't our legs were pretty tired on Sunday. Michigan presented a really difficult challenge. They played 5 in the back, which we hadn't seen, and we couldn't really break it down. So it was a tactical thing that we weren't able to figure out right away. I think the performance of the team was good, but when you have your leading scorer, who was 3rd in the country, out in both games, it's a little bit challenging, and we're pretty thin right now on the forward position. So I think that also lended itself to having us to defend a little bit more because we couldn't keep the ball up top. And I think we have to find different ways to approach it against Nebraska.
Paul, how excited is this team to get the chance to bounce back and respond from that first loss, hosting the defending conference champion in Nebraska at home here this Saturday?
Well, the ironic part about this is that last year we lost to Nebraska with 1 second left to go in the game. So it's very ironic, I guess. But I think that's in the back of their minds. But I also know that they know it's a different team and a different season, and no game or no record up to now will make any difference. I think they're excited to play on a Saturday after a football game, hoping to get a crowd there. But if I said that kind of revenge is in the back of their minds right now because of such a dramatic game last year, I would be lying. So they're very excited, and I think they're more excited to refocus themselves after the loss on Sunday.
Brian?
Is Cara Walls okay? Is she going to return sometime soon?
That's day to day. We don't know. We'll see.
Genevieve have a chance on that last one with the second one?
She did. Unfortunately, one of our players was behind her, keeping all 3 players on side, and she was sort of a sitting duck where she was. I think the disappointing part of it was that we had 2 times to clear it. One a free header at the very beginning, and the second one not so clear, but we didn't do such a great job. And when we talk about getting better and taking care of things, I think that's one of the things we'll focus on, that we have to learn from this and not let it happen again. So I think it was a group focus. I would be lying if they all didn't probably think that, oh, we'll just get to overtime and win this, and didn't really take care of the last little second. And that's what changes seasons.
You all tied the best start in the program history at 7-0. What have you learned about this group and the way that they've been able to come out of the gates here strong?
It helps when you have seniors. It helps when you have a leading scorer with Cara Walls, and I think that it also helps that you have a solid and experienced back line. And one thing that we talked about after this weekend was that we'd only given up 1 goal since then, and we need to get back to that after giving up 3. So we've got to start with that first. That if we limit people's opportunities, then this goal scoring will come. So that's what we're going to go back to our roots and to what we did well at the very beginning.
Anything else for Paula? Thanks, Paula.